hugging him. "You're alive." He looked at her, but there was anxiety in his eyes. "They said they'd be back," he whispered. An ancient secret. When Artyom came to his senses, his grandmother sat him down at the table. On it lay the amulet, now cold and tarnished. "You activated it," she said, scrutinizing the ancient artifact. "But its power is temporary. They will indeed return." "Why are they connected to this place?" Artyom asked, still trying to understand what had happened. Grandma sighed. "It's a long story. Once upon a time, there were people who lived in this forest who worshipped darkness. They made sacrifices to gain power and protection. But one day their greed became too great, and they upset the balance. The forest became cursed and the darkness took shape. And now they come after those who disturb their peace," Artyom clarified. "Yes, they take those who look at them, who dare to challenge their power." "So it's my fault," he said, lowering his head. "No, Artyom." His grandmother put her hand on his shoulder. "You didn't know, but now you are connected to this forest." Artyom realized that he couldn't just sit and wait. He decided that he had to find a way to break the connection with the darkness once and for all. "We must find the source of their power," he said. "What keeps them in this world?" Grandmother thought for a moment, then nodded. "There is a place in the forest that the old men have always called the Heart of Darkness. No one knows exactly where it is, but they say it's where all evil begins." "Then I must go there," Artyom said firmly. "It's dangerous," objected grandmother. "You might not come back. If I don't try, they will still come after me, and then for you and the others." Grandmother was silent for a long time, and then she took another thing out of the chest, an old compass with an emerald arrow. "This will help you. It will show you the way to the Heart of Darkness. But be careful, Artyom. The forest never lets go of those who go too far." At dawn, Artyom set off into the forest. The compass led him along narrow paths that became less and less visible. The trees around him thickened, their branches reaching for him like claws. The air grew colder and colder, and the silence was oppressive. Artyom felt that someone was watching him, but every time he turned around, he saw only shadows. A few hours into the journey, he came to a clearing. In its center stood an ancient stone altar covered with the symbols he had seen in the book. The compass stopped moving. It was pointing straight at the altar. "This is the Heart of Darkness," Artyom whispered, coming closer. But as soon as he took a step, the ground beneath his feet trembled. Figures began to emerge from the shadows of the trees. They were bigger and scarier than the ones that had come to the house. "You shouldn't be here," said a low voice that echoed across the clearing. Artyom clutched the amulet around his neck and took a step forward. "I have come to put an end to this," he said, his voice